The World is What We Make It, by D.H. Kress. Two men looked out of their prison bars. One saw the mud, the other the stars. Some are going through this world gathering roses and pinks and lilies. Others see nothing but thistles and thorns. Like the heath in the desert, they cannot see when good cometh. There are others, under similar surroundings, who are like a tree planted by the waters that spreadeth forth his roots by the river, and shall not see when heat or evil cometh, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. What causes this difference? The difficulty exists not in the surroundings, but in the heart. Peace within causes peace without. Release a bee a mile away from a garden of beautiful flowers. It will make a beeline for that garden to gather its sweets. Release a crow, and he would pass by half a dozen gardens and make a straight line for a putrid carcass several miles distant. It has no eyes or relish for the good. We are either bees in this world, seeing only and feeding only upon the good, or we are crows, seeing and feasting upon the mistakes, the faults, the defects of others. Jacob, when he fled from his brother Esau, no doubt thought Esau a terrible fellow and blamed him for all his trouble. But when alone, lying upon his hard bed, he saw that Esau was not responsible for his hard bed, for he himself was the responsible one. Then his eyes were opened, and that disagreeable, hard place became to him the sweetest spot on earth. He saw the open heavens, and a ladder with its base resting upon the earth, the topmost round reaching to heaven, and the angels of God ascending and descending upon it. And a voice came saying, I will be with thee, and keep thee. I will never leave thee, nor forsake thee. Then Jacob said, Surely God is in this place, and I knew it not. Many a man who is dissatisfied and is finding fault with his surroundings would cease to do so could his eyes be opened, could he but see that God is in this place. God has planted his vineyard in a very fruitful hill. What is true of the vineyard is equally true of each one of the vines composing the vineyard. Each individual is planted in a very fruitful place. The surroundings for each are most favorable for growth. The elements most needed for the development of character are to be found just where we are. To find fault with our surroundings is to find fault with God. We are not to say all these things are against us, but we are to recognize good in every experience of life, that all things work together for good if we would have it so. When God created the plants, He placed in the earth and air the elements needed for their growth. The plants instinctively appropriate only these elements. The rootlets refuse that which is not designed for them. The roots have been known to pass long distances toward living streams in search of water, passing over and around obstacles that chanced to be in their path. The lily, though it grows in stagnant pools filled with germs of disease and slime, only appropriates the elements it needs to make up its snowy white purity. It is not contaminated, though surrounded by filth. What we get out of this life depends on what we are. To the pure all things are pure. They gather only the pure, or the elements needed to build up characters of purity. They do not see the evil. To the defiled nothing is pure, but everything is defiled. They, like the vulture, pass by the sweet and desirable, and like the heath in the desert, they cannot see the good.